And 36,000, per unit, of course. Something you want?
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt like this and barge in, but I'm looking for Mrs. Williamson.
I'm Mrs. Williamson.
Mrs. Bo Williamson?
That's right.
And who might you be?
Lieutenant Columbo. You called the police?
I did?
Well, that's what they told me.
Lieutenant, I may not be the brightest lady in the world, but I do know whether I made a phone call or not.
Obviously, some kind of mix-up.
Well, I'd like to get this thing straightened out. Can anybody tell me where Mr. Williamson is?
I don't know.
You mean he's missing?
Well, to be absent, not necessarily to be missing, Lieutenant. I assume you understand the distinction.
It's just that he's out of town on business. And really, Lieutenant, I didn't call the police.
Well, this is very, very weird because they told me that they got a call from a Mrs. Williamson. And she said that her husband was missing and he might even be dead.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Wait a minute. Goldie.
Who's Goldie?
My husband's first wife. She must have called you.
Well, why would she do that?
I guess because Beau's been out of the country for 8 weeks, and he came back on business for a day, and I suppose left again. And she gets a little tense when the alimony checks are late.
That's hardly a reason to call the police.
Well, Goldie's a little possessive. Is that the word? They've been divorced a long time, but she still can't give up the ghost.
Mr. Williamson's a globetrotter. Sometimes he takes off at a moment's notice, doesn't even tell Jennifer.
No kidding, just...
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll show up in a few weeks if you'll excuse us, if he covered everything.
Say, did you build this?
No, one of my staff did that.
Oh.
Yeah, come on, you want some?
Yes?
Excuse me, please.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
A little on the slow side here.
Forgive me a moment. I just wanted to stop by and tell you that's a terrific building. I mean it. I know a lot of people like the old-fashioned stuff, but I figure you gotta keep an open mind.
You have a new fan.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. It's just marvelous. Tell me, how did you two meet?
Oh, Mr. Markham designed a summer house for us. It's incredible. Really, it's a work of genius.
Jennifer tends to get carried away, Lieutenant.
But you are a genius. And when everyone sees your plans for Williamson City, you'll be buried in commissions.
What is Williamson City?
Now, I'm superstitious, darling. Let's not talk about our project till it's hatched. You'll have to excuse us, Lieutenant. One of the obligations of the trade have to mingle.
Oh, sure. Listen, sorry to bother you.
No bother at all.
Oh, and don't worry about my husband, Lieutenant. Believe me, he's very much alive.
He's dead, I tell you. I can feel it in my spine. A little lower, honey. Ouch, that's it. I know more about Bo Williamson than that little lady will learn in a lifetime.
Yeah, but
Lover, take my word for it. He has shuffled off this veil of tears.
Well, how do you know that?
Because he always calls me before he leaves town, and this time he didn't.
Yeah, but if he didn't call you, how do you know he left town?
I spoke with the child bride.
You mean Mrs. Williamson?
The current Mrs. Williamson. I call her the next ex. Oh, don't get me wrong, lover. She's half my age and twice as pretty, but I like her. Oh, Bo reached the point where he thought he needed a younger woman, and she's better than most.
I gotta say this for you. You got a pretty healthy attitude.
I can afford it. He pays, you know. I tell you, lover, if Gold LeMay was legal tender, I'd rule the world. That's enough for today, Miko. I'll see you tomorrow. Say goodbye to the lieutenant.
どうぞよろしく、コロンボさん。あなたは素敵です。あのね、私はあなた好きです。あのね、ではまた。さよなら。
Sayonara, see. She's a lovely girl.
She is a lovely girl.
Very polite. I don't know what she said, but it sounded like she liked me.
Lieutenant, would you like to turn around? I don't want to corrupt you. Okay, you can turn around now.
Oh, fine. The point is this, Mrs. Williamson.
My friends call me Goldie. And since I'm standing here practically naked with you, you better be my friend.
Would you mind repeating that last sentence? I don't think I quite understood.
I said, since I'm standing here practically naked with you, you better be my friend, and my friends call me Goldie.
Oh, I see. Well, Goldie, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's possible that your ex-husband could have slipped up and left town without calling you?
No way. He never forgets.
Does Mrs. Williamson know this?
Why ruin a lovely relationship?
You mean to tell me that your ex-husband is closer to you than he is to his current wife?
Lieutenant, we were married for 22 years. We never had any children, so we spent a lot of time getting to know one another. Jennifer gives him youth. For the rest, he comes to me. Now, even if he leaves town for just a few days, he always lets me know, every time. Yeah? It's for you.
Oh. Thank you very much. Hello? Yes? Oh. All right, I'll be right down. Thank you. They found Bo Williamson's car.
You see, what did I tell you?
At the airport. Now, I'm gonna go down and check it out, but it really looks like he left town.
Just one more thing.